Best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Welcome to the most messed up weather city in America.
It's cold.
It is a Wednesday. It's Bostonian versus the book. Dave Sharapan, Matt Perrault. How are you guys? YouTube, Twitter, live chat. Thank you. You guys have been rocking it for the last 30 minutes. We are paying attention and watching Sports Good Replay. Hi, late night owls. Thank you for being a part of the show and watching the show every single night. We appreciate every single one of you. Coming up in about 20 minutes, we'll have the retort. You know, in those old shows used to have like someone come on and they would say their piece and then they'd go to like the other side and you get the retort. You get the other side of the case.
Retort.
Well,
it's a big word this early in the morning for these people, late at night.
We get the other side of the story.
The other side.
Mr. Julian Edlow, DraftKings' own, is joining the show in 20 minutes. I think he'll have a lot to say to our friends.
Coming in hot. He gonna be coming in hot. Jules is coming in hot. That's all I can tell you.
He has a lot to say to his compatriot, who's now made 2 appearances on BVB, one at the Super Bowl, and one earlier this week on Monday, in which Emerson Latzia dragged his
That was
coworker.
Friday. He was on Roll Call
was it Friday? Oh, sorry, it was
Latzia
Friday.
was
Okay.
on Roll Call Friday. We had Lindemann from WinBet
On Monday, right. And,
we had Derek Stevens
yesterday
from Circus Sports in Vegas on Tuesday, and now we have Julian Edlow from DraftKings on Wednesday.
I'm on this literal stretch of I don't know what day it is.
Hell no.
If you can tell, I don't know what date it is today. Like, honest to gosh, I have no idea. So you could tell me that was 10 weeks ago and I might buy it. So I don't know. Everything's rolling into everything. But you were outside today. It snowed at my house. You are about 20 minutes to the north. So you're about 15 to 20 miles north of where I am. You're a little higher in elevation.
I'm like 6 miles from you. I ain't
No, you're longer than
15
that.
miles.
You're longer than that. You got
Not a crow flies. I think I'm 6 miles. I could get to your house with a long
But you're
walk.
definitely higher up in elevation than I am.
It is a little higher up here.
You're higher up in elevation than I am because I had snow this morning all day. Madeline's eyes popped open. I thought it was Christmas morning. She ran to the window. She ripped open the blinds. She was like, "It's snowing." She was so excited. I was like, "Oh my gosh." And then I saw your Twitter feed and I'm like, "Wait a minute. It's blowing sideways at your house. Like, what is going on right now?"
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, but it snows up here once a year. This morning, we didn't see no sun. We still haven't seen the sun. This is a back east day.
Yeah.
I told you I stayed up late last night watching that Kevin Garnett, Anything is Possible documentary. I got to sleep in today. The kids, nobody said a word this morning. Dog didn't even bark.
Oh,
I slept in. I opened the window, the blinds. I was like, why is it? I had no idea what time it was when I woke up today. I looked out the window and I'm like, what the hell is this? and then I went to get the drinks this morning and they got cones. I took another picture. They got cones blocking one of the ways down to the main street because it's a hill and it probably froze all at the top. And nobody
you guys
knew how to
in the Northeast, you guys in the Midwest, you guys are have to realize something. We don't have treated roads.
No.
We don't have salt.
No.
We don't have any type of public safety, make the roadways at all passable when it snows here.
Hell no.
It's been 3 snowstorms in 9 days. Like, this is not.
It's not a storm.
Normal.
It's a snow. It's just the snow.
Dave, we've seen snow fall from the sky down onto our houses 3 times in 9 days.
Yeah.
We can go 3 years without seeing it once.
I texted my brothers and sisters, brother Dan, if he's in the chat, show yourself, say hello. But he texted me back and said, "You've got more snow in Vegas than we have in Philly this year." That's unbelievable.
I believe it. It's bizarre. We are in a wonky weather pattern at the moment, and it's awful because it's March the 1st, and it's fucking cold. And I'm annoyed, and I'm done. I've had it. I didn't sign up for this. We live here to get out of this misery. And now it's like you wake up and it's 28 degrees and it's snowing. And I'm like, hold up. This is not what I signed up for.
Just remember, it's going to be 105 in like 3 months.
You promise?
105 in
in a
3
week?
months.
Give
March
me,
1st,
I need 90
April,
in a
May,
week.
June. 105. Document it, clip it, whatever we need to do. On June 1st, the high here will be 105 or more.
Please. Please.
Yep.
I don't have gloves for my daughter. I don't
You gotta have a pair of gloves.
I don't have anything that can handle this. I have a winter coat for her. I have a winter hat. I don't have gloves because she normally doesn't spend enough time outside to have gloves. This morning she needed gloves.
Right.
And she's like, Daddy, I need gloves. I'm like, I don't have gloves and I'm not buying them for a week. It's dumb. You'll just deal with it for a day. You'll be fine. But we're just not prepared for this stuff. This is not what we're used to. This is not normal for us to ever have this much snow in a 9-day period. And thank goodness the ground is not frozen because at least it doesn't stick. Falls, it sticks on our artificial turf. Like you have fake grass like I do, it sticks on that. Other than that, it goes away pretty fast.
It goes away pretty fast. Yeah, we won't have too much to worry about this afternoon.
No.
Furman put in the thing underneath. He said he can use pool salt for the driveway, asking for a friend. That was pretty funny.
No, you cannot. Yeah, you can't. Why?
What are you talking about? Why would you?
I don't use pool salt. I have a pool guy. I don't do my pool. What's pool salt?
Your driveway's a slight incline too, isn't it? That's a little slight incline.
Yes,
might be a little slippy. Like the people in Pittsburgh say, when the roads get slippy. That's one of the Pittsburghese words. I just love saying it.
Slippy.
It's a little slippy outside. You got to be careful. That back end is a little slippy. So be careful. We won't have nothing to worry about later. So
okay.
See some familiar faces in the chat today. I mean, It's Roll Call Friday when we mention everybody, but D Weezy likes this hat. Matches the throwback. Look at this thing. Charlotte throwback starter jacket.
Grandmama.
Everybody had one of these just because of the color. Wasn't even.
That was the first expensive pair of shoes I was ever purchased.
Grandmama
was the Larry Johnson Grandmama edition.
Oh,
they were $110.
I was just gonna say 110.
Yep, they're $110. And I was 13. I was 13 years old. Jordans were going for 150. So my mom compromised, said, I'm not buying you Jordans for 150, but I'll buy you these.
Right?
And so I was forced into liking Muggsy Bogues and the Charlotte Hornets for a while because I had those shoes.
Oh my goodness.
Those are sweet shoes. A sweet jacket too.
Yeah.
All right. So the Boston Bruins are now 27-0-1.
Funny how this is right at the top of the rundown.
That's perfect.
Right off the bat.
We got the BVB Bruins
with the Bruins shit
edition.
Right off the bat.
They swept the 4-game road trip of Seattle, Calgary, Edmonton, and Vancouver.
Doesn't happen very often, but yes, they did.
They were outshot like 58-18 last night.
I think
and somehow
57-15, but who's keeping track?
Or whatever. 57-15. Allmark just got blitzed. The guys are tired, clearly, but even when they're tired, Charlie McAvoy, 4 seconds to go in overtime, one-timer to win the game 4-3 over Calgary last night. It's unbelievable. A lot of people, Bruins were plus 400 in game when they went down 3-2.
Oh shit. Yeah. I saw it. I was laughing because I've been finding stuff to do as everybody gets busy at night, and I get to watch these West Coast hockey games in peace and quiet. And I'm watching the lines and I'm laughing. I'm like, watch them tie this up. Watch them tie this up. Plus $4. Watch them tie this up. And as soon as they did, I'm like, they're going to fucking win. You're right.
Every time.
You knew it. You knew it. I was like, this is unbelievable. They got to lose sometime. I mean, if you're in the book, it's just one of those ones again. Like you had minus 112 yesterday. Now, whether the sharp guys, the rhombuses, who cares who's on it? They keep winning. Unbelievable.
I just bet the Bruins. Like, I don't worry. Just bet the Bruins. It's not even a thought. It's a blind fire. Like, Bruins, bet it. Whether they're going to, it might lose, but the way they're playing at the moment and the trade deadline, they've already made trade to help the depth. Allmark, he gave up 3 goals, but he could have given up a lot more. Like, he should have given up a lot more than he did. He played really well, giving up 3 goals to Calgary, but then the offense just
54 saves.
Yeah. Offense just got rolling, and then the offense in overtime. I mean, Charlie McAvoy, to have a defenseman that deep with an unbelievable pass with 4 seconds to go, and then, Marchand with the steal behind the net. It's just beautiful. I mean, they play a beautiful brand of hockey, and I really wonder if you gave yesterday on the show, Derek Stevens said he talked to dinner with Bruce Cassidy, the former coach of the Bruins, now the coach of the Vegas Golden Knights. I just wonder, like, if you gave him truth serum, is he really happy that the team is doing this? Like, is he pissed? Like, if you got him alone in an honest state?
No,
he's not pissed.
I don't think so. Only because he's working,
right?
And you got a pretty good team here, and you got to worry about your team. I don't think. I mean, maybe on some level, someone might be. But one of the great lessons in life is when people that you care about go on to have success. You're not pissed. You're happy for them. You got to be so happy for these players because this might be the last dance for those guys.
Okay, but but just put it into other cases. The Vegas Golden Knights have played their former coaches a couple of times, and their coach last year is now coaching St. Louis, right?
Dallas.
DeBoer. They came here, they won, and he pounded a beer in front of the media after he won.
Well,
so some coaches do not like the team that fired them.
Well, no, you can not like the team. It's different.
No, that's what I mean. I'm not saying like he has any ill. I don't think Cassidy has any ill will towards Marchand or Bergeron and the guys. I'm just saying, watching the Bruins with Jim Montgomery as the guy behind the bench, watching the Bruins do what they're doing right now, which is being arguably the greatest regular season hockey team we've ever seen.
Dear God, they're on pace for that. I can't even give you shit for that because they're on pace for that.
Is Bruce Cassidy going, yeah, I'm happy for the Boston Bruins that they're doing this the very year after they fired me?
I mean, he hopes he beats them head to head. Can't control what you can't control. You can't control this. This is crazy what's going on. I don't think he's pissed. I really don't. Just from being around people and coaches and stuff. Someone might be. DeBoer's bitter. The media went after DeBoer.
Who? What? The Vegas media? What Vegas media?
The hockey Vegas media.
Yeah.
We're holding him accountable for the goalie debacle that he.
Yep.
I mean, there was a lot of shit going on, and he didn't answer to it.
But Cassidy took the team to a cup, didn't win it. Yeah. And then he was very successful for 6 years with the Boston Bruins, and then got blown out. And everybody was like, "Wow, they fired Cassidy." And then he wound up 8 days later getting hired here in Vegas, so he wasn't out of work long. And then Jim Montgomery comes from the Dallas Stars, and everyone's kind of like, "What? Who is this guy?" And this guy has just put together the greatest single season in franchise history and potentially the greatest regular season in NHL history.
It's unbelievable.
And it's just a vast. Every star had to align properly to get Krejci back, to get Bergeron to unretire, to keep Marchand healthy.
They've been healthy, Perrault.
They have very healthy.
They've been very healthy all season.
I think. Do you think it's because of 4 lines? You can't load up on one line.
Being deep is one of the keys to the whole operation.
They're not they're not overplaying minutes. They're keeping their normal routine down.
It's the same every night.
Yeah.
It's the same when its success is the same. It's just like you're betting January
or February. Yeah,
February. I mean,
yeah. January was very good. February was good. January
routine, successful habits that breed successful results. Repeat. Stick with what works. It's been working. They've been healthy. And in hockey, you got 3 or 4 lines that do it. And you got this Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in net that you can't get a puck by ever.
Right.
This is what works.
It's fair. The Warriors were down by 23 points last night.
Welcome.
They outscored the Blazers 39-17 in the third. And they won the game by 17 points. When somebody says, Matt, why don't you bet the NBA? This is why. This is why.
In game.
Well, fine, but this is why. This is why I don't bet pregame NBA basketball. This is insane. 39-17 is the best third quarter for the Warriors this year.
Right.
You go from down 23 points, meaning the Warriors at some point were probably catching 20 points in game. They're probably plus 20.
Down 17, probably catching. When the favorite's down, and don't get too much more than what they're down. So plus 18.5 maybe.
But they're down 23. So were they plus 23? I figured they go plus 20 with the highest of the book. I didn't see it, but I'm guessing.
That's about right.
Being down 23 points, you get plus 20.
How much time left?
It was in the third quarter. Yeah.
They were at least 20.
So then it flips and they win the game by 17 points.
The swings are unbelievable, are they not? I mean, the swings are – there's no other sport, even a college baskets, it's not close.
Nope.
To the swings in the NBA and the favorites and what happens in the fourth quarter. You literally – people that are watching the show, again, we appreciate you being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube so you get it when it starts. You get it live. You watch the chat. The chat is flowing today. When you're watching the NBA, you really don't have to bet it before the game. Like, you're not wrong. People that are listening to the juice, that are listening to the cash considerations and all the other stuff that we do, we say the same shit all over the place.
Yep.
You don't need to do it.
There's no point in betting basketball pregame. They're really NBA basketball. It's insanity. It's crazy, the swings. And I mean, who's in, who's out, that's a problem as is. But that game takes the cake. Here's a question for you, Mr. Big Ten guy.
Oh, God.
Anybody any good in the Big Ten?
We talked to Kessler last week in the book. He summed it up. Everybody sucks. The Big Ten is poop.
Indiana got smacked last night by Iowa.
Yes,
smacked.
They did.
Iowa ruined them from the get-go. From the opening tap, it looked like a continuation from the overtime against Michigan State right into the game against Indiana. Yeah. Stunner. Iowa sucks on the road. Not last night. They were world beaters. They made everything last night.
Yeah.
I mean, their starting five had a percentage of 3-point. I think it's like 20% lower on the road, all of them shooting threes. And they hit everything last night.
20%?
Yeah. Huge difference. Like 40-17. Like huge differences between what we've seen on the road at home. And that's why, I mean, most people in the content space, including myself, we were all on Indiana. Man, and after about 5 minutes, we went, yep, that's bet. Rip that ticket up. We're all dead.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Do we have our Iowa guys in the chat? I saw Whitrock in there. Whitrock's here every day. Brommelkamp. That was a pretty good win for Iowa.
Huge win.
Right. Yep. With now looking forward, going to finish the season here and going, hey guys, we can go and play in this Big Ten tourney and get us a better seed, because our seed right now is not good.
Well, if everyone sucks in the Big Ten tourney, does the seed matter?
Well, I think they got to be looking at getting a better seed for the NCAA.
Oh, yes, I would agree with that. Yeah.
They don't want to be no like 8 seed or 7 seed. I have no idea what they are. I don't even look at this.
I think Iowa's going to get out. I think they get bounced early. I still even after last night, I still think Iowa's an early exit.
Oh, in the big dance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're an early exit. They're a game 1, game 2 exit in my mind. I just don't think they're a very complete basketball team, especially on the road. They're great at home, but and maybe they've figured it out. Maybe they'll shoot like that on the road or on a neutral. But it really comes down to it's a make or miss game. But Iowa is a make or miss team. So is Creighton for that matter. They're both make or miss teams,
right?
When it comes to what they're going to wind up doing. Real quick before we get to Julian, Durant makes his debut tonight.
He does.
For the Suns.
He does.
The last time he came back from this very, very similar knee injury, he scored 31 points. You think the Suns are going to let him go tonight?
You've seen the video, right? You've seen the video of him playing, practicing.
Yeah, what's that? Okay.
He's good. Like the health questions are not like they've been waiting.
Yeah.
For him to come back. Perfect time. I'm not worried about what do I expect? That exact thing. They're not restricting minutes. They're getting him loose. Like we're getting ready to let KD run, just like
Game
we're
on
getting
game on
ready.
the line. Who are you giving the ball to, Booker or him?
Well, I think they got to. I mean, they're hopefully they've had a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it's been, of understanding, trying to figure that out. I don't think they got to worry about getting a last shot tonight against
No.
against Charlotte. They're 10-point favorites.
Yeah, they're
You
gonna
know,
kill him.
I think right. I think that, but when push comes to shove, we'll see. I love having 2 options. Think about all them. You know,
We have 3 really with Chris Paul.
he ain't taking the last shot. He's giving somebody the ball. I
Okay.
think, but like,
But they stayed over the All-Star break. Suns fans were all in a lather because they stayed together over the All-Star break with Ayton, Paul, Booker, and KD running pick and rolls, running offense, getting used to each other. So everyone thinks tonight KD comes out and goes off.
that's what good teams do, right? That's
Yeah.
what good teams do. They help each other. They practice together. They don't give each other shit. Like
Right.
some people that work together like to give each other shit. And
Like, do we have like a can we do that? Like, remember in the old days, like the 80s, they do like the whole like squiggly lines when they wanted to go back in time.
oh,
Remember that whole thing? Like,
yeah.
they used to
Farrah,
can we go back in time?
Can we do that, Farrah? Or is Farrah able to do that?
I think we might be able to scroll back kind of quickly to
Patient
what
in the space.
No, yeah.
We're working harder. What do you do?
That. No way. I'm putting this company on my back like JanSport, like I do every other week. Julian Edlow, piece of shit.
I was
lazy.
waiting for that.
He's done. He's done. Steve,
like, where's the
Wow. How
Mr.
about
Edlow.
that?
What is up?
What's
Just,
up, Jules? How are you
just
doing?
BBB.
You like my lid? I put this one on just for you, sir.
I very much like the lid, Sharapan. Thank you for having me, a fellow piece of shit, join the show.
We're all pieces of shit, but we all love each other. That's what this Lazio guy keeps saying.
Who is this guy? Did he give out
I
any
don't know.
plays? Did he provide you any winners, or did he just come on and talk your ear off?
He chewed apples in our ear for
did.
5 minutes
He did.
before
He
he even
did.
came on. I need you to just break down a couple things, Jules. First of all, great to see you. You look great. Glad you're back from vacation and whatever else the hell you've been doing, taking care of babies and all that
There's
other
more
shit.
of it.
Okay. What's this guy eat? Apparently everything. I mean, we did the Cheez-Its thing. Now he's got apples out. What's going on up there?
All right. First of all, I hope for the majority of this segment, we can break down betting markets, give out some winners, talk things that are productive rather than all my coworkers you keep having on just spew garbage at your audience that's here for getting information. When you need somebody on, I cover the NBA, the NFL. You can have me, Steve Buchanan. We go back and forth all the time. He knows the NFL. He knows MLB. The people you're having on from DraftKings, I need to get you a better guest list. Emerson is one of our very nice hosts that will just talk your ear off. Very friendly guy. He does eat everything. I see him in the office eating multiple things of string cheese like every day, like a 4-year-old. DraftKings, we're very fortunate. The DraftKings headquarters in Boston, beautiful office, provides us with a lot of free food and drink. Emerson takes full advantage of that. They might want to look into that because he's probably eating and drinking his salary out of the DraftKings kitchen. But I'm glad that you guys enjoyed his presence on the show. I am 100% positive he didn't give you anything that had to do with any betting markets or a winner.
Fair.
Anything. He probably just talked about his dogs and said, "I love you."
He did.
He brought the dogs on the show, Jules.
Yep.
He gave us
Yeah,
Jags to win the Super Bowl. He said to take a shot on the Jags to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. He probably gave you the Jags to win the Super Bowl, and Samir probably gave you the Pitt Panthers to cut down the Nets in March Madness.
He did.
He did. He said bet Pitt to make the Final Four. He did. Samir did say that. Are you going to
Yeah,
besmirch
so
Samir too? Samir should not be besmirched, should he?
2 people came on that flushed money down the toilet. Now I have to come back and make it back for you. Fortunately, I should be able to do so. It's been a good run in college hoops.
Oh, so good. All right, let's talk about betting markets a little bit because you are sitting here with a Paul Pierce jersey behind you.
Over here.
Boston is laying 5 points tonight to the Cavaliers. SportsCenter just did this really weird, like all access Boston Celtics thing where like they're sitting down with Al Horford and they're sitting down with Grant Williams and whatnot. So like obviously the proximity is happening again where Bristol is close. So let's go talk to the number one team in the NBA. But they lost to the Knicks.
No longer the number one team in the NBA.
Well, we'll see what happens with the Suns. But
well, no, I mean, the Bucks like passed them in the standings last night.
Yeah, but not in the odds they haven't yet, right?
No,
I mean,
that's fair.
Yeah, we're not there yet. What do you make of tonight with Boston after the loss to the Knicks now coming back against the Cavs favored by 5?
It's a pretty big game for the Celtics, in all honesty, and they haven't had that many big games this year. They just kind of keep cruising. But the two teams that have given the Celtics the most trouble are potentially, if we're saying the Celtics are going to get the 1 seed, which they're still favored to overcome Milwaukee and do slightly on DraftKings Sportsbook. I think Boston is -120 and Milwaukee's -105.
Right.
That means that they're going to play the winner of the 4-5. And the winner of the 4-5 right now would be a winner of a Cavs-Knicks series. And who has given the Celtics the most trouble in the regular season? Cleveland and New York. New York just gave them trouble again. The Celtics will host them on Sunday night in Boston. So that's kind of a revenge spot for them. But Cleveland, we had those really good games against Cleveland at the beginning of the year. Cleveland, who hasn't been good on the road, came into Boston and got a big overtime win. Little fluky. That was, I think Mitchell and LeVert both went for 40 or 45 plus. So maybe they can't keep up that shooting on the road. But Cleveland got the win in Cleveland too. So this is a big game for the Celtics, I think, both tonight and Sunday, to kind of get a little bit of confidence against these teams that a very realistic scenario is that they're going to be playing one of the two in the second round. I think that game in Milwaukee where the Celtics pushed the Bucks all the way to overtime with their bench against Milwaukee starters was a huge I hate the terminology of like, oh, they won this game. It was a moral victory or whatever.
Right.
That one, if you're going to be playing the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals and you have your bench, who Brogdon and White, like those are starters on 25 NBA teams.
Right.
If you have that kind of bench with the confidence knowing we can come into Milwaukee and run with these guys, no problem. I think that actually does help them in a series against Milwaukee to a degree. But they haven't, I would bet the Celtics in a series against the Cavs or Knicks.
Of course you would.
Right now, absolutely.
Right.
But
you're a Boston guy. It's a homer pick.
I mean, it's all homer picks right now if our teams are winning everything. I don't watch hockey, but apparently the Bruins are pretty good. So
unbelievable. Thank God the Red Sox are going to suck.
I think it would be a little meaningful to have the Celtics win these games Wednesday and Sunday against Cleveland and New York and just kind of right the ship before they most likely play one of them in the postseason.
Is there anyone, in your opinion, right now? First of all, are you going to the game tonight?
I have 2 kids. I don't go to games, Sharapan.
You used to go to the games. I mean, everybody says when you get the kids.
I'm being rude. I won't be there tonight. I'm gonna cover a couple of games before the regular season is over. We're doing, shout out DraftKings Sportsbook launching March 10th in Massachusetts. We got to get on the Celtics broadcast, do some promos. Right. That's me. So I'll be working a couple games. But I'm saving the ammo up for the playoffs. I'm going to the playoffs.
Hedlow and Gorman together. I think this is a match.
There's been I haven't crossed paths with Gorman yet, but it's been, we do like 5 minutes before tip. We'll do a little pregame. Here's
Scal. Going on with Scal?
Yeah. So we did an in-game hit with Scal. So the last one was that Thursday game against the Pacers.
Right.
The Celtics were 8-point favorites. And when we came on in the second quarter to do our live hit, myself and Tom Giles, the Celtics were 11.5-point favorites. And they blew that lead up to like 16. It grew. So I can't give it out for that. And obviously it's all Celtics fans watching. So I said what a smart sports bettor would say. Instead of, Indy's at home, first game out of the break. If they make a run in this game, maybe you look to get some Boston at a shorter number. Right. So, of course, as soon as we get out of my live, it's like 30 seconds. I got limited time. We go back to the broadcast. Right. It's Grandy and Scal, and they're making fun of me saying that I'm rooting for the Pacers to go on a run.
Of course.
And then what happens? Indiana takes the lead in the third quarter. I bet the Celtics -2.5. Tag Scal in it, of course. And they win by 4 in overtime and cover. But Scal gave me a nice shout out on the Saturday broadcast for getting that right, and then in some ways adopted my strategy and said that he didn't want to bet the Celtics against the Sixers on Saturday night. He thought they were going to go down, and then you take them live, which he was correct about. But just know, if you're a Celtics fan, you're watching that game, know where Scal got that philosophy.
You act like you just reinvented the wheel. I mean, this has been a
In
philosophy
some ways,
forever. Jesus
He
God,
does this to me all the time,
fuck
Julian.
is going
This is
on
what I
already?
do too.
This became like a Boston pat your ass on the back here.
I haven't seen Emerson and Samir teaching anybody how to.
Listen, Emerson's teaching everybody in the chat right now. He's in the chat lighting this whole thing up. Oh, yeah. On
can
the
I even
watch
see
back,
the chat? Is that something I can do?
You can see it if you log in or subscribe to the show. You can see it.
The
Emerson's
YouTube channel.
lighting
He's
it
in
up.
the YouTube channel.
It's unbelievable right now. He's going to have 5 string cheese today at the office. This is over
just for you.
So he said, set that. Tell Jules to bet over because that's the only bet he's winning this week. I'm just saying. I'm not
cut
saying,
up apples and string cheese. Us dads know all about that. Yes, it's a
so I know you're the basketball guy. That's enough Eastern Conference complete propaganda bullshit. It's Boston and Milwaukee and everybody else. That's the way it looks anyway. I don't think anyone listen. I'm rooting for the Sixers to actually be good. I don't think it's happening. Cleveland is probably the only team that could beat either one of those teams.
I would be much more afraid of Cleveland than Philly.
Correct.
The Celtics just own Philly at this point.
Yes, they do, and they did it on Saturday night. It was unbelievable. Great shot by Tatum. Congratulations again. Another Boston team with a clutch win. What about the West, Jules? The West, we talked about it briefly. KD's coming back for the Suns. They're the favorite, clear favorite. Yet Big Honey and the Nuggets just win every night. Nobody's giving them any credit. Warriors are hurt. They're down. I know the Lakers aren't making the playoffs now, but I mean, there's a lot of teams in the West. Who do you like in the West, Jules?
The West is weird because I almost like starting more with who I don't like and whittling it down.
Good process.
And who I don't like, which obviously if these are teams with good prices who are in the mix, it creates value on whoever's left over.
Right.
I don't like the Clippers, and I don't think I like the Warriors.
Oh, wow.
Which are kind of against the grain picks, I guess. But like, you can say you like the Nuggets, Suns, Warriors, Clippers, maybe even Memphis, and nobody would say that you're like too far off, which is what makes it so tough. The Clippers, I just don't think they're gonna have it. Like they've lost some really bad games throughout the course of the season because they don't have chemistry, because load management here, load management there. And I'll give them credit. They've kind of started to change that. They had the double overtime Kings game on a Friday night and then played everybody on the Sunday night against Denver, which went to overtime again. So credit to them for kind of getting away from the load management. But now you add Russell Westbrook to the mix. They're 0-3 with Westbrook. I just think too many moving parts, too little chemistry, and no history of getting it done in the West. Not that the Suns don't have history, but like it's been there for so long and it hasn't happened that I'm not sure it's going to.
Right.
The thing with the Warriors, like the Warriors can always make a run. Nobody would be shocked. They kind of have the stranglehold on the West for the last, we're up to like almost 8 years now.
Yeah.
That team could always win on the road. I don't know what's going on this year. You look at the worst road records in the NBA. It's the 4 teams trying to get Wembanyama, Charlotte, Detroit, San Antonio, and Houston. And right in the middle of them, it's the Warriors at like 7-30 on the road, whatever they are.
It's unbelievable.
If they, you have to be terrified if you're going to fade them that they're going to flip the switch, right? And just show up in the playoffs and be like, well, silly me. I bet against the Warriors. But like, why can't they win on the road this year? What's different?
2 teams you didn't mention were Dallas, and Sacramento. Sacramento's a fun team, baby. Like the Beam, what they're doing. Either one of those consideration for you for at least to win one series? Maybe not win the whole thing, but can't they win one series, those teams?
If they play each other in the 3-6, somebody's going to win a series.
That could happen. That could happen. Right.
But I would see, I think that the 6th seed where the Clippers currently sit is going to be pretty highly in demand, which is kind of funny. We'll see how things shake out. But like if the playoffs started right now, you have a Warriors Suns 4-5 bloodbath in the first round, and the winner gets to go play at Denver. That's tough. That's just to get to the Western Conference Final. So opposing that, now you would get the Clippers would play the Kings, who great season, but like the Clippers would be favored, obviously. Nobody believes in that Kings team. And then the winner gets the Memphis-Dallas winner, which is probably Memphis. Really good home team, tough on the road. But like Clippers would probably be favored to go to the Western Conference Final and play the team that makes it out of that bloodbath on the other side of the bracket. Right. So that could change. The Kings could definitely slide. They're still underdogs to win their division, which tells you they're favored to slide. But if the standings hold to a degree, it doesn't matter who's 4-5 in Phoenix, Golden State. Right. It's really the Kings holding strong at 3 and Memphis at 2, which is Memphis at 2 is pretty close to a lock. The 6th seed is going to be in demand, just playing on the road those first 2 series, but not having to play Phoenix, Golden State, Denver, all the teams that nobody wants to play. But to wrap up here, I would be surprised if it wasn't Denver or Phoenix that came out of the West.
Well, that's what I want to talk about Denver for a second, because I know a lot of people in the Denver market and they're all pissed. Like the fan base is furious at what's going on because Jokic is going to win the 3rd consecutive MVP.
Yeah.
First got to do it since Bird. Yet you look at around the league, a lot of people are like, yeah, Denver, but they're always making excuses for Denver.
Yeah,
does Jokic have to make the finals? Like, is this to not validate him, but just to make this franchise more relevant on the big stage? Does Denver have to either get to the finals or win it all this year to kind of quiet down all the naysayers that say, yeah, Denver's a cute story, but come the playoffs, they're never going to be able to win the ring?
I would say at least make a strong push in the Western Conference Finals, get to a game 6-7 against a team like the Warriors or the Suns, which they could wind up playing in the second round, but that would probably be a Western Conference Final level type series. Denver's got to go deeper because Jokic is getting these MVPs based off the fact that he doesn't miss games and his stat lines. And his efficiency, obviously. So if he's going to keep doing that, that's great. But if they keep doing it in 6 seeds and getting bounced in the first round, then, it kind of fizzles out at some point, right? It has to. Yeah. So at some point, and Denver's got a really good team, but they could definitely add somebody. Like you can do better than Jamal Murray as the second guy, or keep Jamal Murray and you're moving around pieces like Porter Jr. and whoever to make it a big 3 there. Like, they can attract another piece if they get really, really close this year, I think. The difference this year is they're not going to be that 6th seed. They're going to be the 1 seed, and they're 28-4 at home. So if the West goes through Denver, they don't lose at home, which is tough. Like, that's what I'm like. The Warriors beat the Nuggets in the first round last year. If the Warriors and Nuggets play in the playoffs this year, you're going to tell me a team that's winning 25% of their games on the road is going to go to Denver and beat a team taking down 90%+ of their home games? I'm with you. So that's what makes the West so interesting this year. That's what makes it so complex. Like I would put a pretty big bet on a Nuggets series if they opened it up close against a team like the Warriors. Whereas last year, my biggest first round bet was the Warriors laying a game and a half against the Nuggets. It's just kind of completely flipped, and it's because of Denver's ability to win at home and Golden State's inability to win on the road.
Excellent.
That's better than like pointing to my dogs on the couch, right?
well, that was the other thing I wanted to ask you about. The last time we had you on, you were here for the summer league, and it was 115 degrees here. It was hot as hell. Yeah, and we called you soft. We did. When we're wrong, we fucking say it. All right. It was wrong to say it.
It was a joke.
It was a joke, but it was
I was
wrong.
really sweaty waiting for my Uber back.
Yeah,
circa from.
We're still waiting for you at the book when you said you would meet us here. You didn't come. I mean, but all of that being said, Jules, it's like 38 degrees here. It snowed again for the 3rd time. We talk about the weather. some of the chat is his nickname, Matt, the meteorologist. Is it soft to be like cold when there's a little bit of snow flurries and stuff?
Yes.
It is.
I'll answer it. Yes, we're soft. I'll give you that. When it comes to cold weather, I will raise my hand. I am soft, rightfully so, choosing to be soft. I want to be soft in cold weather. Yes.
Jules, you would be in shorts in this. You would be in shorts and a sweatshirt. Would
They
you?
would.
I'll give this to Emerson if I'm going to come on and crush him. He would be in shorts. I wouldn't.
His legs are nice though. He got nice legs.
Yeah, he comes to work in a bathing suit a lot of times. Actually, you can't see it below the desk. That's a Jacksonville thing. But yeah, it is soft. 38 degrees. That's fine. We're not even below freezing.
Yeah,
snowed
it was
3 times
28 this morning,
snowed,
but yeah,
it snowed the last 3 days here.
badly.
You wake up before work, you get the shovel, you clear the driveway, and then you start working. So I will say, like, the world is not ending. One thing today that's getting me is every single person that I follow in Las Vegas, which is a lot of you. We're all friends. We're all in the content field, the sports.
We're all freaking out this morning.
Follow a million of you. How many stupid videos did I wake up to of the snow coming out of the window? What is going on here? This sucks. It's 30 degrees. That's your
existence.
That's my life.
That's your life every day.
I didn't take a video of myself shoveling the driveway. It sucked.
Snowblowers? No, we're going old school.
I'm shovel.
Wait, did you buy it? Wait, hold on.
You don't get those snowblowers until you make it.
I firmly believe and remember you buying a snowblower with your winnings from last basketball season. Did you not?
No. So everybody, we're like the new family in our neighborhood. It's like a newer development, but everybody moved in first, and we're kind of like the new second owner people. Everybody has a snowblower, but me. When we had a huge blizzard, like 2.5 feet last year, we had to the neighbor brought the snowblower over. Like, I need to buy one. You got to add to the house slowly. The NFL draft winnings last year were in the springtime used for my ride-on mower.
Oh, that's what you bought. Okay.
There you go. This is dad life right here.
Okay. That's what you bought. I knew you bought something for the house.
Yeah, the weekly mow over the summer, it was taking too long. And obviously you guys know I'm soft for heat, so now I'm all sweaty on the lawn. Now I've got a cup holder. I can sit there.
Look at that.
Enjoy a delicious Viva seltzer while I'm mowing lawn, driving along.
Stop the product dropping. My
nice
God.
drop
nice
product.
Geez,
nice
my
product
drop
right there.
Well, I mean, if you like other beverages, you can enjoy those too. I put it right in my cup holder. Saves a lot of time.
You wear a big hat? You need a big hat for that?
Sun hat?
Like a big straw hat or anything?
But I do, us sports bettors don't get a ton of sunlight. So, like, I do kind of just soak it in sometimes.
Good.
Yes.
Very important.
Shirt is on, though, for sure.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
All right. Before I let you go, you mentioned it earlier about teams that are tanking for this kid who may be the next whomever. Wembanyama is
prospect, like either ever or neck and neck with LeBron, whatever you want to call it.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm
not saying we'll see. Like, you can debate what you think he might be, but if you're rating prospects, he's 100 out of 100, and LeBron's either 100 out of 100 or 99.99 out of 100.
Right. So the Rockets are at home against the Grizzlies. We know the Rockets are horrible and they want to tank. Are you comfortable laying 10 points with the Grizzlies tonight?
So this is the stage of the season that I don't as much do that. Like, it's the second leg of a back-to-back. They beat the Lakers last night. Maybe Morant or Bane or somebody is not playing in this one. And how do you control, 10's just that kind of number that it's like, I don't know. Flip a coin.
Right.
So, what I do like to do at this point of the season, which last night didn't work, which sucks, is there's usually a few of these spots per night. You money line parlay them, and most of the nights of the week you win. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Last night it's on my mind because I lost. Because guess what? The San Antonio Spurs snapped a 15-game losing streak.
Oh, they got you. Okay.
So I ran a little 3-team money line parlay last night. It was like -112. Didn't get there. Now you can include Charlotte in that group now. What's Phoenix, like -475? Charlotte was already in the bottom 4, and now you lose Ball for the season. You can throw them in that group.
Right.
So that's how I approach it. I think that going against those 4 teams, Charlotte, Detroit, Houston, and San Antonio, the rest of the way, if you want a money line parlay against them any night of the week, unless there's a huge red flag, and if they're not all playing and you put them with a huge college basketball favorite you like or whatever, that's how I'll be kind of navigating the rest of the season. You just need, yes, Sharapan, but you just need to be like, can't get mad when it loses. It lost for me last night. Like they're not going to lose every game.
We did this yesterday for the Brigade. The Brigade was very happy, as well as the Daily Juice listeners and a bunch of people. You know, we threw together a like off the cuff money line parlay that paid like plus 110 or something, and it worked. So we're
Great teamer.
Yeah, we're gonna continue to do that. Jules, last one for me. The headband is coming back. It always has been a basketball thing. And when we talk basketball, I like to put it on both on here and on sports. But yeah, is this when you see this? Is it Alex Caruso? Is it Mike Bibby? Or is it Elmer Fudd from Space Jam? Which one? I mean, you could go any which way. It doesn't matter. Which one is it for you? Come on.
We're talking specifically who you look like. It's a lot of Elmer Fudd.
Thank you. All right, that's fine.
A lot of Elmer.
I see Alex Caruso. I see Caruso when I look at that. I go, oh no, it's Alex Caruso.
That's fair.
Jules, good stuff, man. Thank you for the time. We'll have you on again at some point because my guess
is
Emerson's going to come back.
And everybody that we said hello, Jesse, I met at the Super Bowl, and I can't wait to see. Are you coming out for March Madness this year or no?
Why? He's got mobile at home. Why is he coming out here?
Yeah.
There's a minuscule chance that I would be there the second weekend because the tournament is in Vegas.
Right.
Yeah. Final. Western Regionals here. Yeah.
The final. Yep.
Right. There's a minuscule chance of that. But yeah, I'm mostly going to be.
If we come back there to experience a little bit of Massachusetts sports betting legal, can you hook us up a little bit with some stuff? Like, I mean, will we be able to see you at least, or are you too busy for us now that you have your own sports betting?
Well, you can certainly see me. Now, in terms of I don't know. What do you want? You want a hat and a $25 free bet? That might be a reasonable ask.
Goodbye.
I got to talk to the swag shop, and then I got to get in touch with the sportsbook ops to get your account together to insert the free bet. I mean, it's going to.
I just want to hang out and have dinner. Can we do that?
Let's go.
Oh yeah. I mean, you were. I thought you were asking about draft.
No, let's go to the North End. Let's go to a Celtics game.
We got some. Yeah. Oh yeah. North End, and then all around the Garden now is all built up.
It's unbelievable. I walked in at Christmas. I couldn't believe it. They've done so many cool things, all like restaurants, and it's all. When I was growing up, that was not a nice part of Boston.
It's a cement building in a parking lot.
Yeah, it's all gorgeous now. It's all done. The little walkway. It's gorgeous now. Boston is just doing it right for the Bruins and the Celtics. Julian, thank you, man. We'll talk soon. All right.
Hey, brother.
All right, gentlemen. I'm glad I could defend my honor.
Yeah, you always do. Julian Edlow at Julian Edlow on Twitter to follow him from DraftKings, joining us here on the Bostonian versus the Book. So Jules teed us up perfectly for what we're going to do here. And this is something that, well, look, we don't know how long this is going to go. But so yesterday we did the 3-team money line parlay for the NBA. And you said you and a buddy took $100 and you ran it up to 4 dimes.
Yep.
So I put $20 on that parlay for the hell of it. It hit. So now we've got $42. Every day, we're going to bet a money line parlay that we think is legitimate. And I'm going to take the money and I'm going to double it. So I'm going to bet $42 on this money line parlay that we're going to put together here right now.
Okay.
And we're going to run it every day. And we're going to see how long we can run this thing up. How many times in a row can we hit this thing?
Ooh.
To see what we turn into. So we're at start with 20. So at the end of the day, we're only risking $20. So however way we go, however high this gets, still only $20 bet. Just remember that as we where we go. So tonight in the NBA, these are NBA moneyline parlays. We're doing this in the NBA only.
Yeah.
Do you like Phoenix over Charlotte tonight?
Yep.
Okay, there's your first leg. The other monster favorite is Memphis over Houston. Minus 500 tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You like that? These
Memphis
are both
beating Houston. Yeah.
These are both monster road teams. And then we need a third because it's minus 225 at the moment to bet those two.
Don't we throw the Knicks in there? The Knicks to beat the Nets?
They're minus 300, and the Knicks are at home, and the Knicks are hot.
I
You
mean,
throw it.
just looking at it, I'd rather. I mean, Milwaukee's going to lose a game, aren't they? Like you could throw Milwaukee in there at home against Orlando, but Orlando's been very competitive and very good on the road. I don't want that one.
No.
Lakers,
I want no part of.
Done. Like I don't know. Those would be my three if I was looking at it and going, okay, what are we doing today?
So that's a minus 108 parlay at the moment.
Okay.
3-team money liners minus 300, 500, 490.
Yeah, do you see anything in college that you like instead?
No. This has to be NBA only.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Let's just stick with the NBA on this because I don't bet the NBA ever. So for people who cry about me not betting the NBA, this is going to be their daily NBA bet.
Right.
We get to fool around with. So at Caesars, FanDuel has it at minus 108. Let's bet it for $42. We're going to bet the Suns at 550, the Knicks at 305, and the Grizzlies at minus 480. So that will be
which one gets us? If it gets us.
Which one gets us? I think the one that would get us is the Knicks.
Is the Knicks?
Yeah. So that is a oh my. That's even more juice we're gonna lay, huh?
What?
So that's going to be minus 110. Okay. On this. Yeah, no, minus 108. Okay, it's the same. Minus 108. Okay, it's the same. So I'm gonna put a $42 parlay down on this to see. So we're going Suns money line, Knicks money line, Grizzlies money line in the NBA.
The boys are putting in the 3-game parlays. They would like. There's a great idea by Mr. C.
What's that?
Covey.
Okay.
Need to do a post-show featuring all of us talking about the show. The chat's flowing. There's a lot of guys in there. That would be a hell of a show if we can figure out how to produce that.
You don't need to produce it. You just go ahead and get on Twitter Spaces and just have them come up and comment about it. You can do it.
Now you're thinking.
You just do it on Twitter Spaces. You just take the show and you put it on Twitter Spaces and you let the audience talk to us about the show.
We're going to have to do that. That's a very good idea. We're going to have to do that.
There you go.
Not right now. We're doing the show right now.
Correct.
We're actually coming up with a parlay. You guys in the chat right now, if you're watching, come up with a parlay. 3 teams, NBA,
money line
favorites, money lines. Put it in the price. See what you got. There's a Celts, Suns, Bucks.
No.
Celts. I'm worried. No.
No. I
don't want to use the Celtics.
No. I think they win. I'd bet them on by themselves, but I'm not going to bet them for this. It's tight.
Suns, Bulls, Grizz. Clown MB3 came with that one. That's plus 107. But the Bulls are minus 6 on the road at Detroit.
Oh.
I'm not comfortable with that. Are you?
No, because the Bulls, we don't know what they're going to do.
Chef Benny comes up with a what? Suns, Grizz, Bucks, Knicks 4-gamer? Chef B.
Well, that's ours, except he's adding the Bucks to it.
Yeah, that turns it into a plus 150.
156, yeah. You want to do a 4-teamer?
I don't. This sounds like the 10 days to 10K challenge that you hated on.
It is.
Is that what it is?
I did hate on it. Absolutely. It is stupid. Okay. You're absolutely right. But this is what we're doing. It's for fun. Yes, it's a stupid idea. We're going to see how long we can run it up to. But I'm not trying to run it up to 10,000. So their rules, just to be fair, what rules
they start with?
They started, I think it was $50, but they had to be even money or higher. We'll lay juice.
They had to have plus?
Yeah. Because they had to double it every time. It had to at least double the money. So it went from 20 to 40, 40 to 80, 80 to 160, 160 to 320. We're not doing that. We're just going to make a money line parlay and we're going to lay juice today because we're not trying to get to 10,000. We're just seeing how long we can do a money line parlay. It's dumb. This is not smart. Everyone's going to make fun of this. I don't care. It's March 1st and the NBA sucks to bet on. So why not take advantage of it?
Doesn't suck to bet on.
It sucks to bet on. I hate betting on the NBA. Just look at the game last night with the Warriors. In game, it's fine, but pre-game, it sucks to bet on.
pregame, it sucks. Oh, I mean, especially because,
All
you
right,
know, like
bet list.
I told you, I watched that KG thing last
Yep.
night. Kevin Garnett, anything is possible. He played almost every game. Those guys played almost every game. Like you could count. The hardest part about betting the NBA pregame is that you don't know who's playing every game. At least
Yep.
when you bet it in game, you can watch it and know. So that's half the battle.
So tomorrow, if we hit this tomorrow, we'll be playing with $80. So then the next bet will be $80. $80 parlay. And it can be two teamers.
I like to say, you know, there's times that you have to bet an uncomfortable amount of money on stuff. Sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
$80
is
I could only hope we get up to where it gets uncomfortable.
We get over a nickel. We're hitting nickels on moneyline parlays. Like come Monday or Tuesday, if this hits the rest of the week, it's Wednesday. You know, we'll double. We'll double it again, and we'll double it, and we'll go. I won't, because it's $20. It's all I'm playing with. I'm just playing with $20. So I don't care what we turn it into. If we're betting a dime on a 3-leg money line parlay, I will say, okay.
You're gonna throw up.
I'm gonna grip it a bit. I'm gonna be like, all right, guys, this is a little bit like, I don't know, but we'll see. We got to get there. We're a ways away from there. I mean, it turns into $80, and tomorrow we're betting with $80, and then on Friday we're betting with $160.
Yeah.
And then pauses, and we'll wait till Monday, and then we'll do it again. We're not gonna do it on the weekends. We'll do it on the shows, and we'll just see how we do it, just as a fun little gag to see what we run it up. Because when it hit last night, you guys went nuts in our Discord channel. It was the Dave Parlay hit. And I was like, all right, we'll just do this, have some fun with you guys, and see if we can put together a chalk money line, square parlay.
What's the Discord channel address again for the people that aren't in it, because you really should be in it?
bvbshow.com/chat.
And then you just put in your email and you're in.
Yeah. I mean, you sign up for Discord. Yep. You get on the Discord, the app or the desktop version of it, and you're in. Come on in, be a part of it. It's super fun. Guys are giving plays and picks and thoughts, and we're sweating games, and it's a lot of fun.
The conversations in there are actually pretty hilarious. I jumped in there the other night. I finished on the air, and I was on a computer, and I just said, you know what? I'm going to jump in and see what they're doing in the Discord. I was laughing my ass off. It's actually, and it's a great way. The guys have connected.
Yep.
Outside of there in ways that we probably both thought about, but didn't know that it would happen kind of so quickly.
Oh, I had no idea that it would. I had no clue that people would be sharing phone numbers and DMs.
It's phenomenal.
I never saw that coming. It's so cool to see.
Yeah,
it's really neat.
Yeah,
it's very cool. All right, Celtics laying 5 against the Cavs. We talked to Jules about it, but you like Boston tonight? I don't either. I don't like it by 5 either.
It's just coming back off the road, right? Like,
it's the first game after the roadie lost to the Knicks,
and the Sixers game on Saturday, and all this other stuff. Cleveland and them, that's a good matchup. Like this is a close game. I'm surprised, but I'm not that it's more than 4. Like 4 was the number. I thought 3.5, 4. It's 5. I think bad guys are coming in on Cavs. Not that that means it's going to win. I just think that's like, this is the peak. It ain't going to close 6. It's likelier to close 4.5, 4 than 6. So I like that side.
Would you lay 10 with the Memphis Grizzlies tonight against the Rockets? I would not.
Would you take 10?
No. I just in-game bet this. This is why you don't bet pregame.
This is definitely one you just pass. Like, this is
this is a great in-game bet. I would bet this in-game 100%.
Fair, but pregame pass.
Yeah.
Pregame, nice pocket pass, bounce pass, whatever you want to call it.
Any lead for the Rockets in this game, any lead should get you 4, 3, somewhere in that range.
Not in the first 5 minutes.
No, okay, fine. But like in the first quarter, second quarter, the Rockets have the lead. I think you have a chance.
Yeah, Rockets, like, this is one of those ones. I used to have guys that do this in the book all the time. I did it myself. You just sit there and wait. Like, it's 18-16 Rockets. And you're like, please go on a 6-0 run. Please go on a 6-0 run. And then as soon as it goes to Memphis 5.5 when you can
Yeah.
get under 7,
Yeah.
you know, 5.5, you'd get that waterfall. Bloop, 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 and again, if you've ever seen, like we used to have a bet ticker and it would
Right.
just flow. Bloop, 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 bloop. And you're like, okay, move the Memphis number.
Speaking of 7, Bucks are laying 7.5 tonight at home against the Magic.
Healthy, no?
Too heavy.
I don't think. I don't know. I mean,
It's
you
too
want
heavy.
to talk about, like, you know, and the kids refer to these things as wagons, these teams that just don't lose.
15 in a row.
I mean, the Bucks are just every goddamn day.
But they're
they
not
just
covering, though. Okay. They are winning, but
covered
they're not
last night.
covering every night. During this win streak, they failed to cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So they're 10-5 to the number over the win
hell's wrong
streak. Nothing. It's just saying that they don't cover every night. And the Magic are a really good team. They're 17,
They're
13,
watching
and
the
1.
show. They're watching the show.
Why?
It's 8.5 right now. Literally lit up the board right now. Every book in the world right now just moved it and said, "The hell with it." Milwaukee moving. Milwaukee moving. It's
Wow.
8.5.
I like the Magic more now.
227.5. Somebody's betting this right now. Maybe Paulo's not playing.
Oh, okay.
Right?
That would be one thing.
Because the Bucks are on a back-to-back,
Mm-hmm.
and the line's going up.
And Orlando's
The Magic.
17, 13, and 1 on the road ATS.
The Magic have been, right?
Yeah. Orlando. I mean, Magic over the year that they're 34, 27, and 1 ATS. One of the best teams in the NBA to the
One
number.
of the best bad teams in the NBA.
Yeah, because they play hard and they play tight, and you know that they've won games like against Boston. They've owned the Celtics. It was crazy.
Right.
In one more NBA, Blazers are laying 2 to the Pelicans after what happened to the Blazers last night. Feel comfortable laying with the Blazers at home?
Are you comfortable taking with the Pelicans on the road?
No, I don't know.
No chance in
No.
hell. No
Nope.
chance in hell do I want that.
No, thank you. I agree.
No.
All right, college basketball. There's a monster slate of top 25 games on the docket tonight that we can
Yes,
get
there
to
is.
here. Let's start with number 11, Kansas State, laying 7.5 to Oklahoma tonight. Oklahoma is not a very good team. They're bad,
They're not.
but they've jumped up and bit people on their butt when the number gets to be too big.
Okay.
7.5 too heavy? Oklahoma's 8-6 ATS on the road, but K-State's 12-4 ATS at home.
Oof.
7.5 in a college game like this feels heavy. In a conference game in late or now March, early March.
Oh, man. This Big 12 is giving people fits.
Yeah, the first game, Kansas State lost to Oklahoma by 14 points on the road. OU smacked them. One of their only wins in the Big 12. They crushed K-State.
Just got a text from our guy, Julian.
Yeah?
He said the Bucks line went up because the injury report just came out and Giannis isn't on it. He would normally sit on a back-to-back.
So he's playing. Okay,
So boom,
jacked up.
money comes right on. Thanks, Jules. Appreciate
that.
you, sir. Man, this is hard. I don't want.
Tough number.
Right? This is good enough to keep me off.
Fair.
But like Teddy Cover said yesterday to me on Wager Talk, he goes, "If I'm playing, I'm laying." I said, "Teddy, I'm going to use that line. I'm not going to say it in your deep voice."
When Giannis plays, he's betting on the Bucks.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't mind it.
But I mean, I'm talking about K-State.
Oh,
K-State in this situation. If I'm playing this game, I think I'm laying. No.
all right. No. I no. OU is just a tough team to bet against at the moment.
Julian just followed up his first text with "You're welcome." Emerson would never do that for you.
True.
He's probably right about that. Emerson doesn't even know that the Bucks are playing.
It's a great point. So this is the game where I need your expertise as a bookmaker to explain what the fuck is going on.
Whoa. Stop yelling.
Xavier at Providence. Okay.
Xavier at Providence. Okay.
I laid 3 last night with Providence. Okay. On the side, but the total is my problem because officially, get it embedded or book it.
Right.
I'm on the over 154.5. KenPom has this at 160. 160.
Damn, son.
This number went
high. You can't make a total 160 in college. That's really high.
This thing went down to 151. This total opened at 155. Was drilled all the way down to 151, and now it's come back up to 152.
Yeah.
I've searched for injuries. I've searched for why. Providence as a team at home. Providence is an over team at home.
Yes.
They're an over team over the last month.
Yes.
4 in a row to the over.
Yes.
And the first game these two teams played, it was 153.5, and it went over by 14.5 points.
Right.
So now we're hammering the under. The injuries have been part. People are saying, well, the injuries for Providence. The injuries have been there. They're going over with the kids being banged up. And Providence is a really deep team. They play 9 kids. I don't understand. I mean, I'm on over 154.5. I mean, I'm on Providence -3. Now 3.5.
So, the books have all of this information.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think's going on? There's a couple things going on.
I'm asking you because I don't know.
They could be setting this up. Let's drive this number back down because the bookmakers may have got it right. The odds makers may have got it right with 155. They probably should have put up 158. They won't do it. So they put up 155. Let's drive it down early so we can come later and hammer this thing over. Would you rather go over 155 or over 151 or 150?
No, I clearly 151.5, 151 clearly, but there's also, I bet overnight, so again, I don't have that luxury, but that number has set off alarm bells to everybody. I've gotten like a million tweets on it going like, what is going on with the Providence total? I'm like, I don't know. KenPom is at 160. I like the way they play. I like the offensive efficiency for Providence. I think Xavier's going to score. Xavier needs this. I think Providence wins. Providence covers, and the game goes over. Favorite in the over.
You could be 100% right. You could be 100% wrong.
Like
it's
right,
just that's one of those things.
One game.
That's why it's important to have points of reference to when you look at a number, to not be influenced by the number, but just try to understand the psychology behind that number.
Right.
Now you can't. We could go through and we could have, I don't want to give SoCal DGen more assignments or Tyler, but go through this season and look how many times the total has been 160 or more in a college basketball game.
Oh, any college basketball game. It's never been for Providence.
Right. But any college basketball game this season, look how many times there's been 160 or more. That's a really high total. Even with high scoring teams, you just don't put up that number.
Okay, so is there a 160 on the board today? 162.5 for LSU for Southeast Louisiana and Houston Christian.
Yeah.
And that might be the only one on the board. Yep, that's the only one on the board.
It happens, but it doesn't happen very often.
And there's a million 145s to 155s. Like that's just the million.
Yeah, when you get to 158.5 or 159, the reticence to move to 160, no matter how many times people bet it, when you're sitting in a book, is like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man, because you know what's coming. Like you're just going to open up that waterfall of the under, and you want to. I learned to book the games, and most of the time they need the dog or the under.
Right.
In both basketball and football. It's changing a lot in the NFL. It's definitely changed in college as far as needing unders. Sometimes it's okay to need the over. Right now, with that line movement, most books need to over tonight in that game.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Except that I got hooked. I got hooked. The last time this happened 2 days ago, it was 142.5. I played overnight. It closed at 140.5. The game fell 142. So the audience won. I lost. Everybody else, everyone who bet it in the morning got a much better number. So I bet 154.5. You could have bet this morning 151.5. You got 3 points on me beyond the 9 points you may get on Ken Palm's projection and the opening number being 155. You got 4 points on the opening number from a total perspective.
Damn. BetSmart says 167.5 is the highest total of the year. He's at the golf course. I mean, this guy's rubbing it in. Tyler's fucking rubbing it in. He's playing golf right now. We're bundled up, freezing our asses off right now in Vegas, but he's in the chat at least paying attention. Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you.
DGen 4TW said that Ken Palm does not account for injuries and there may be somebody out. Is that the case?
There's injuries, but they've been there the entire time. Like, guys, there's no new injuries to worry about. Like the Providence has had injuries, Xavier's had injuries, but there's no one like a major player got hurt in the last game that's causing this to change. According to SoCal DGen,
we just got this tremendous. This is how good this show is, and the guys that we got behind the scenes of the show. That these are unpaid interns right now.
It's unbelievable. 69 games this season with a total of 160 or more out of 5,240 games played. That is a 1.3% games this year in college basketball that have hit 160 or higher from a total perspective.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
That's a hell of a stat. So thank you.
So and I only know that from doing the numbers and watching them and shit for years. 160 is a lot.
Yeah.
So we got 1.3% out of all the games in college basketball this year, which is a total 5,240 games. We only hit 160 on any total, 1.3%. That's
pre-game
more
total.
than that's more than some of the books made in Ohio in the month of January. It's unbelievable.
More of that. Hold on.
Sorry.
Maryland, number 21 in the country, that now laying 1.5 at the worst team in the Big Ten in Ohio State. You're going to lay this with Maryland?
Can't fall for this Ohio State bullshit anymore, can we? I mean, seriously.
Well, they're 3-15 ATS in the Big Ten.
They're terrible.
But they're 6-9 at home this season. 1-9 over their last 10 ATS. 7-3 for Maryland. 6-6 on the road. 11-7 ATS in the Big Ten.
Doing it. Don't make me do it. I ain't doing it.
Doing what? Taking Ohio State?
I'm not doing it. No fucking way. No.
Ohio State did just beat
favored
Illinois.
At home against Penn State.
They beat Illinois. They snapped their losing streak and they beat Illinois. By 12.
This screams to take Ohio State. Every rhombus and parallelogram is going to be on them again. Wrong shapes, congruent angles. Thank you, Sonic, for looking that up, by the way. Don't know. I don't know. The line's it's going the other way. Ohio State's going to close.
Probably.
Yeah. Complete nonsense.
Which is nonsense given where Ohio State is, but it's the same thing with Penn State. I was like, why is this number? How is Ohio State favored? Penn State went there and won. Maryland most likely goes there in the win tonight.
Oh, all the sharp people are going to be on Ohio State. I can guarantee you that. Guarantee.
Your Pitt Panthers. We have not talked about this team enough this year.
Hold on. I'm from Pittsburgh. It's nighttime in Pittsburgh behind me. But I'm a Penn State guy. I went to Penn State. I like Pitt. I love
you watch
Penn State.
Pitt. You pay attention to Pitt.
I do.
More than I do. They're 28-1 ATS. This is the first time we've discussed them on the year. It's my bad. I should have had them on the rundown a long time ago. I just didn't buy it. I thought I was smoke and mirrors.
Right.
They've been very, very good. They're 13-5 in conference in the ACC. They're 11-6 at home ATS, but on the road, they're 9-2-1 ATS.
Pretty good.
Laying 3.5 at Notre Dame, who we know that Mike Bray's leaving at the end of the year. 5-13 ATS Irish at home this year. Short number for Pitt.
No, I hate laying points in February and March on the road. This is uncomfortable. supposed to take the dog at home. What's Ken
the Irish have
lost
lost
number to
1,
be?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row, and they've lost 1, 2, 3, 4. They've lost 11 of 12. They're fumbling to the end of this season.
Man, oh man. It's got. Oh yeah. Again, it's a hard pass for me pregame.
Yeah,
I guess I got to pay attention to this game tonight for a little while.
it's worth it.
Um,
I almost bet this. This was one of my
this is a
final.
pit bet.
For me, it would be yeah,
Pit bet.
yeah. But
Pit money line.
you can do pit money line if you want. Yeah, you're gonna lay a little juice on it, but
Uh,
it's gonna be a little expensive to do it. It's
right.
minus 170.
Wings paid Larkin. Who's Wings? Who's the Wings? Somebody's in the chat saying the
Detroit
Wings
Red
paid
Wings.
Larkin.
Yeah, their free agent center, the kid that scores their best player.
Larkin.
They finally signed him. That's good. Okay.
70 million, 8 years.
Good. They should.
Holy
He's a
cow.
phenomenal talent. Yeah, that's good. So
Okay.
they didn't trade him. They signed him.
We're
That's
talking
good.
about college basketball. What the hell
Yes.
is what
I
the-
don't know.
what
Just
the
breaking
hell's he
news. He's trying to
talking
help. He's trying to help.
Oh,
Breaking news.
oh, breaking news. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep it
Creighton's
coming.
at home against Georgetown laying 17 and a half. I'm only bringing this up because I can't believe this number is 17 and a half.
What should be 30?
No, I don't know. I mean, look, when Providence went to Georgetown laying 7.5 over the weekend, that was a gift. You know, it's on Friday, I think it was. I jumped all over it and they won easily, crushed them by 25. This game's in Omaha. I don't know if I can lay 17 and a half points.
No.
This is a huge number.
Yeah, you can't lay 17 and a half, can you? Comfortably? That's an
No.
that's terrible.
It's a terrible amount, but Georgetown's horrible.
Georgetown's really, really, it's crazy to see what's happened to that team and that the whole like they're bad. They are
They got
bad.
broken. I watched most of the game against Providence. You just saw their entire will get taken from them.
Yeah,
They don't want to be a part of it. They don't want to deal with it. I'm trying to see if this is senior night for
like the game over. 145 and a half.
no, because Georgetown's not going to score. It's a whiteout game,
Right.
Another one. So my gosh, they do a lot of these now. Wow. But Lawler's is there you go. Lawler's, there's my place in Omaha. Supplying the t-shirts. I love Lawler's in Omaha. It's not senior night. So they must have another game this
They have
weekend.
another home game. There you go.
This weekend. So it's not senior night. So I 17 and a half. I don't know. I would be tempted to take the dog.
Yikes.
I'd be tempted. I mean, Georgetown's 9-4 ATS on the road.
So many better things to look at betting. Like
yes, I'm just pointing it out. It's just a huge. It's just a gigantic number. The Big East, it's on TV. It's a huge, like what type number. And then finally, this is another weird game. But
what?
Northwestern's laying 3.5 against Penn State.
Not anymore, sir.
What's it now?
4.5.
Wow. Steam came on Northwestern. I don't blame them.
That's the side, is it not?
It feels like it is. It feels like Penn State's going to get worked tonight. Northwestern's at home.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yep.
They're at home. They're 9-8 at home, but they're 7-3 ATS, 12-6 ATS in conference, and they just had that really bad loss to Maryland on the road by 16. Northwestern did, yeah.
Yeah, Penn State had a pretty bad loss too, didn't they?
To Rutgers, they blew it. They're up big at the half. And they choked it away. Huge comeback.
This is a Northwestern play.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Sorry, Penn State people. We are Penn State still. Villano and all you Northwestern people, they all come out of the woodwork now, Perrault. They all come out of the woodwork now that Northwestern is really competitive and they won in the NCAA. They're going to make their little run in the Big Ten tournament. I think they beat Penn State tonight.
Okay, yeah, I think so too. Devils Avs game of the night. 2 good games in the NHL.
Oh, this is not the game of the night. Contraire mon frere.
Vegas and Carolina, the other one. But this is the East Coast version. This is a good one.
Right.
Devils Avs. Who do you like? Awesome team on the road. Hot team in Colorado.
Over.
Colorado's an under team.
Over.
It's 6 for a reason.
Yep. I don't know. Flip a coin right now this morning. Almost noon. Still AM here in the West Coast.
Right.
I think I like Colorado. You?
I don't know.
What is that?
They're
hell's
playing
that?
really, really well. So it's difficult. Jersey is 21-7 on the road this year. I mean, they're really a good team on the road.
It's a good hockey game, son. We got
So-
we got only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games on the docket tonight on the ice. And this may be game number 3 on the list.
What's 2?
Toronto and Edmonton.
It's
It's a Canadian monster right there.
okay. They can have it. It's not a Canadian. It's a good game. I mean, but I don't buy
This
Toronto.
is for supremacy of the entire country.
That's
bragging
great.
rights for the entire
Toronto until they do anything. Toronto is an also ran yawn of a franchise. I'm not interested in Maple Leafs games. I'll put them over. I'll bet them on the over, but that's about it. Just not ever interested in Toronto. They're just, they're the Clippers of the NHL. That's what they are. Until they do anything to make them relevant, it's like, okay, whatever.
They make the playoffs more than the Clippers, but they don't win.
They do, but they lose every first round.
Every first round.
So
every single first round.
I mean, you have to ask, is it worth making the postseason? Is it better? Don't make the postseason. Suck and get better draft picks, and maybe you'll get past the first round. I'm just saying. When's the last time they won a series?
Toronto do to you, man?
Was I even at a college the last time that the Maple Leafs won a first round series? I don't know. I graduated in '99. Someone needs to tell me. I don't know. It's been 20 fucking years. It's unbelievable. It's the most. It just. I don't care about Toronto Maple Leafs hockey. So like, whenever I see it, I go through every night and I look at it and I'm like, yeah, fine, I'll bet the over, but I'm not touching the side because it's Toronto. So on the road at Edmonton.
It's crazy. The books put a lot of books put that at 7 for the total, and it's moving to 6.5 right now.
Oh, it's going down. Nice. I got 6.5 last night.
They bet the under to 7, so now they're coming with the 6.5, and they go to juice the over -135. Again, these hockey totals only leave you so many options. It usually requires heavy juice, but
right.
I don't know. I think it's a hell of a game. I think it's going to be entertaining.
And
it's a pick 'em. I mean, it's only -115 or -120 right now with Toronto favor.
Yeah.
So Western Canada or Eastern
Canada?
Jesus.
Go McJesus.
Yeah.
Hurricanes, Golden Knights. This could be the game of the night, depending on where you are.
This is the game of the night.
You like the Vegas Golden Knights at home? Home dogs?
I'm thinking about what would I wear if I went to the game? Like, would I wear the Vegas stuff, or can I wear the Charlotte stuff as the Carolina?
Can't wear Charlotte stuff. They're in Raleigh. Hurricanes aren't in Charlotte.
It's all one big state, ain't it?
No, it's not one big state. It's like saying Reno and in Vegas are the same market.
That's 9 hours apart. How big?
Raleigh and Charlotte are like 3.5 hours apart.
Quick drive.
It's just 4 parts. It's not close.
They're not. No,
they're not close. No,
I don't have no Hurricane stuff.
No.
They're favored.
Yeah,
like
heavy,
significantly.
140.
Favored.
Yeah, 142. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a dead under, is it not? If you can find a 6 left, you can.
I looked.
No, ain't no 6 left. Let me.
But I did. I laid the
1 6 left.
Where? Carolina Vegas is at 6.
Faraway place. No.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Off.
No one's at 6. I was like, I looked everywhere for a 6 last night and I couldn't find it. So 5.5 is what I had to take. That was a
Carolina. Auntie, our friend Auntie's in the chat right now saying Carolina is the side.
Okay. I don't hate it. 3-1 win.
3-1.
That's what I need. I need a 3-1 win.
Under.
Yeah, it's Anderson to net confirmed, right? And not confirmed. Hill is likely, which is good. But Anderson, either goaltender is fine for Carolina. They're both tremendous.
The Golden Knights are having some issues with the goaltending, huh?
Hill's playing pretty good though. They are. Well, Thompson's hurt, yeah. So
yeah,
but Hill's pretty good. Hill's been doing well. So
okay.
Perrault up and trying to get his fixed his feet underneath him. But Hill's been pretty good. All right, one quick one before we get to Bet It or Book It.
Yep.
The Ohio sports betting numbers for January came out.
They did.
30 cents of every dollar reported is promotional money.
What a business.
30 cents of every dollar that was reported. So everybody went, holy shit, they had $210 million to handle. Yeah. Can we slow the roll here a little bit on this as to where we are?
$1.1 billion in handle reported, right?
Or whatever it was. Yeah.
It
That's
was
right.
1.1 billion.
They made in revenue 205 million, reportedly.
Right.
But if you take out the payouts, you take out the voids, you take out the promos, net revenue all of a sudden looks a whole lot different, does it not?
Hold on. Let me get the glasses back on. Let me take a quick look at this. How do we? Oh, yeah. Wow. So for those of you that don't know how the promotional money works, you go into somebody's account and you go like this, bam, and you give them money. It's not real money.
No.
I don't know how it's reported as handle if it's not real money. Like, this is a big thing that I think is an underreported thing in the industry.
It's a huge problem.
That I think somebody has got to come to some sort of just resolution. I told you this in the past. We could start a consulting service where we just tell the truth and say, this business is one thing. And then other people are going to say it's another thing. Make sure you're getting the one thing that it is.
Please.
Taking bets and handling money. That's what it is. If you want it to be something else, you can make it something else. That's fine. But, and again, like Derek said yesterday, not besmirching, burying anyone's model, anyone's business model.
No,
business
but the
plan.
reporting
Do
is what we're
want.
talking about. We're not talking about anyone, how
problem.
they're doing. We're just talking about how the numbers are getting reported, because all we saw was Ohio's numbers are out. And as expected, they are monster. Really? They're not really monster. The numbers are decent, but it's nothing like, let's see where we are in a year. We're not going to be at $1 billion in handle in a year.
No.
A month. Not going to happen.
No. Not with real money. We can keep giving them money and make it say whatever we want.
It's not it's monopoly at this point. We're just whatever we want to pull up and whatever we want to put into an account, whatever bonus structure we want to come up with.
Yeah.
If your handle is, $1 billion handle minus 800 million in payouts, then the voided bets for whatever reason are at 20 million, and your promos is 320 million.
How the hell could you have so many voids? Like, we'd be in the book and try to avoid the void. Like, I literally used to say that, avoid the void, avoid the void. And, somebody would come up to your
Remember the
counter.
Noid? Avoid the Noid?
That's where it came from, sir. We're old enough to both remember that. Guys in the chat that don't know what we're talking about, just Google it. It was great. Avoid the Noid.
Domino's, yeah.
Yes. So, you can look that up. But you don't have that many voids. Like, I don't understand how you sometimes are writing tickets and then voiding them, creating a handle number that's not really a number. You could write a ticket for 100,000 and then void it.
And it counts as handle.
As a written ticket for 100,000 if you report the numbers a certain way. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. It's crazy. It's just FYI as to where we are here with Ohio. It's the numbers.
Way, JJ came in, James Jernigan, our friend down at the Golden Gate.
Nice.
Our guy with the BVB hat.
Oh,
he wants me to sign his BVB hat. JJ, I'll be down to see you, sir. Tell the wife I said hello. I hope you shoveled your driveway and you got a little bit of snow on your side of town, because it's fucking snowing up here.
Henderson never snows. They always get mad at all of our videos. They're like, you guys in Summerlin always get
snow down there?
No, because we're about 3,000 feet above them. So we're way higher.
3,000 feet? We're a couple of miles away. We're not. It's 3,000 feet down the hill to there.
Yeah, I mean,
the whole city's at like 2,200. I think we're up.
Hold on, Mount Charleston's at 9,000 feet, I believe.
That is incredible. Well, that climb when you go up that hill, like it's.
But that climb. But hold on, I would say you are about 1,000 feet higher than I am.
Really?
Elevation, yeah, you are. And I believe we're at 30. I think Summerlin's at 3,000 feet. I think that's what we're at. The Strip is below 2,000 feet above sea level, right? It's like 1,800.
It's that different from here to the Strip?
Oh, yeah. It's a
I don't feel
gigantic
like I'm
difference.
driving downhill ever from here to there.
You don't feel like you're driving on Summerlin Parkway downhill?
Well, no, from the 95, I don't really feel like it.
Well, no. Come on Summerlin Parkway. You realize how far
Oh,
down.
that's
how
no,
fast,
Summerlin
that's
Parkway
straight
for
down.
sure. Yes,
It does, and then when you drive back up, you're going straight uphill, going back to Summerlin. There's a
Right,
huge
yes,
elevation difference
yes.
between Summerlin, where you and I live, and
Yeah.
the Strip. It's a
True.
monster difference. So, in terms of
Yeah.
snow, we get snow, they get rain all the time. And it makes them, they all get mad. They all get angry.
Okay.
Like, why don't we have snow here? It's not fair. Blah, blah, blah. All right, time for Better to Book It.
Let's go. Let's go.
Alabama steamrolling teams at home until Arkansas came calling. Auburn, the opponent tonight. This is the get right spot. This is the flush the bad story down the toilet game for Alabama. I think they annihilate Auburn tonight. I'm laying 9.5.
You really don't like Auburn, period, huh?
No, that's not true. I like Auburn. The Plains are fun. It's great place to see a game. I don't dislike. I just covered Alabama more, but I covered Auburn too. I don't mind Auburn. I'm preferential to blue over red. I prefer the color blue over red.
The guys in the chat are killing me. Somebody just said structural geologist Perrault has entered the chat.
It's true. This stuff I live. I can tell you.
JJ likes to give you shit, but James Jernigan said you're right. It is a big difference in things. So we'll
elevation. It's a big difference. That's why we get different weather elevation.
We'll have to get the exact numbers there. As far as this one,
Emma was a 1-point favorite on the road at Auburn, beat them by 8.
It's too many points, son. I booked this one.
So the numbers, in case we want to play around with this for the fun of it,
right?
This is what Alabama has done at home. They've won by 30. They've covered rather by 30.5, by 6.5, by 18.5, and by 42 points. Covering, and the numbers were double digits.
Yep.
They annihilate, and then Arkansas came calling. I think Alabama
blow up.
Yeah, I think they kill Auburn tonight.
Yeah, I'll be the guy in the book that says take the bet, sir.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll take the bets.
Providence -3 tonight against Xavier.
This has to be a bet. This is bet.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
like
this is bet. Providence is going to win these games. Continue to, keep everybody picking against them. All this other stuff. Nah, not tonight for me. I'd rather
how about the total at 151 now? I laid over 154.5. You like the over?
Go over.
Okay. Favorite in the over. And then over 6.5 Toronto and Edmonton at -125.
Oh, I didn't. Is this on the bet or book? Let me look at the rundown and make sure that this was listed.
It is.
Oh, I skipped over that line.
Oh.
I did not see that one in there. That's good. I like this. I like this over.
How about 7? Would you play 7 if they can only get 7?
I think we could be comfortably in this 3-3 situation or 4-2 situation early in the third period.
Fair.
I think we'll be okay.
I agree. Under 5.5 Vegas, Carolina at even money. I got this last night.
Bet.
Sweaty as hell. This is going to be a
sweat. Yeah, this is. Well, we might have an empty netter beat us.
This is going to be
sucks.
This is going to be sweaty. I just need. I need one of the two goaltenders to only give up 1 goal, and then we're okay. But otherwise, it's going to be.
If Carolina gets a lead, that's better. If Vegas gets the lead, then we're going to have to maybe in-game this thing. And
somehow I got the under 7 last night with 3 goals being scored in the first period by Florida. And it ended 4-1.
Yeah, that game came quick lockdown.
Tampa did.
I thought that was going 8.
So did I. And Vasilevsky looked horrific in the first period. And then the 4-0 goal that got waved off saved my tail because that changed everything when it went 3-0. Tampa locked in the second period. They scored only 3-1 and then open net 4-1 final. Florida wins, but the under comes in easily, under 7. So I need this game to go according to script, which is Carolina gets a 1-0 lead and they sit on it. And they don't allow anything else until the third period. 2-1 win, something along those lines. And then finally, this is the scariest bet of the night. Stars are an under team at home, but the Coyotes are so bad. Under 6 goals, -120.
I can't believe that you're even looking at this.
It's a tough game.
Yeah, this is tough. All right, let's get this good for grid. We're good. Under 6?
Yes.
Bet it. Bet it. It's
Probably a
5.5
push.
now everywhere.
Oh, is it really? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you get the 6,
So-
and then I think push potential is very high on that. At 5.5, I'd bet the over.
Right.
It's a good bet at 5.5 for that game to go over. I'm surprised that it's down
Should
to
we
5.5.
should we do best thing about today real quick and get out of here, or get out
Sure.
of here now?
Let's do it now. Be real fast before they go to Sports Grid. Yeah. Everything about today is what?
Favorite thing about today is that I got a call, text this morning. A lot of people were watching the show yesterday, and again, we thank you guys. A lot of people saw the Derek interview and the clip and all this other stuff. We appreciate all of you getting on and watching it. Today, the morning started off with, "Hey, do you want to go to the Knights game?"
Oh,
And I'm taking everybody, the whole family, to the Knights game tonight to see Carolina in Vegas.
very cool.
So, yeah. So if you guys are there, I think we'll be in either section 14. I think it's 14. I don't know yet exactly, but we'll be down in the lower bowl. Come by and say hi. And please say that you love the show and all this other stuff in front of the kids, because they still don't believe that we get to do a show every day, all the time, and like that the people are watching from all over, not just Vegas and not just our friends.
Yeah.
So come by today, section 14. I'll be there the whole time. And whatever my wife is doing, just say, "Boy, Dave's great. Really enjoy him." Thank you. Appreciate all of you.
My favorite thing about today, so Madeline had a chance to go to school today to bring a part, either a family emblem or a part of your family's culture.
Oh,
She wore a Patriots jersey and a BVB hat.
hell yeah. Hell yeah, little P.
So she said,
Yeah.
I'm wearing my BVB hat and I'm wearing my Patriots shirt. And that's what and she bought a tea bag too for the Boston Tea Party. So she brought that too. Sports Grid, thank you so much, everybody. You guys on YouTube and on Twitter, thank you for watching. We are back tomorrow for a Thursday's BVB.